Hello, folks. Glad you could be with me today. I had more problems. Friday's a bad day. I might have to switch this to another day. It seems like I can't never get on Friday. But anyhow, we're on now, and I hope the sound and everything is doing okay. Uh, I hadn't shaved or anything today, but that's all right. We ain't out looking for no women. Um, Had a little snow here last night. Uh, I think the total amount we had would have amounted to about an inch and a half, they said, but it just got a little skip on the ground. It melted just as fast as it pretty much landed. And I think it might have got down to 31 degrees for about an hour, and that was it. But wouldn't stay on the ground. And I'm glad it didn't, because if your first snow, whatever day in November it falls on, if it's an immeasurable amount, that's how many snows you're going to have the rest of the year. So I don't think it had a measurable amount. So uh, that was just an estimate that they had. So I don't think we'll be able to go with that one. Excuse me. Um, I don't think we'll be able to go with that little bit we got. And and then if we get one like first or second or third of December, or any time during December, we'll have to use that amount for the number that we get, and we'll see if it works. It has in the past, just about every time. But what gets me is normally around here, the old timers like myself, we use the woolly worms. Now you take a woolly worm, if he's dark on one side, light in the middle, and then dark on the other end, very small amount, it means we're going to have kind of a rough first part of December and last part of November, and then to be smooth sailing until the last of February or first of March. But if they're completely dark, we're going to have a rough winter. Well, I have not seen the first woolly worm this year, and none of my friends have, so I don't know what that means. We'll just have to find out, I guess. But anyhow, hope you're all doing fine. Me, I'm doing fine. Brother-in-law's doing fine. He's got company right now visiting, so I'm in here. I've been the last 15 minutes trying to get this to work. Uh, I run two computers. Oh, one of them I do for my daily work. Uh, it's a it's a Hewitt Packard, but it's a lot bigger than the one I use for uh, YouTube and stuff. I just got stuff downloaded on a small one that handle YouTube, and I don't have a good sound graphics in my big one to handle YouTube, so I couldn't run a live off it if I wanted to. Now I could put a different sound graphics in it and do it, but I'm going to buy a new computer um, before long, and hopefully it'll take care of both sides, and I can do away with these two computers. But right now, this is good enough. Gets the job done, and I might need a little bit more light there. I don't know. Yeah, that's a little better. But nobody wants to see my old face anyhow. But I hope we have a few people get on with us today. Uh, my next door neighbor, William, he's going deer hunting. He shot one early this morning. He said saw the fur fly from it. They tracked it, never could find it. So he come in and got my horns, my rattling horns, and he wanted to try that the rest of the day. So uh, we'll see how that goes. And he's got a problem with getting excited when he sees one, and usually I'm there to kind of calm him down, but I haven't hunted the last few years, and he hasn't gone with anybody, or I don't think he went last year. And he's got to get one himself to get his confidence that he can get one. And I told him, I said, you got plenty of time. Deer ain't going to run so fast and not stop him or whatever, but unless he's spooked by a dog or something or another hunter. But he just hasn't hunted enough to be able to get over the excitement. And he's killed 2 or 3 deer. I don't remember just how many, but I was always with him, and that I could calm him down a little bit. One time I couldn't calm him fast enough. He got in a bad position to shoot him without me being able to get him to stop quick enough, and he blacked his eye for about 2 weeks. But that goes with it when you get excited. Oh, chat disconnected. Please try while you to reconnect. Well, huh. I don't know what's happening here. Chat disconnected. Well, I don't successfully connected again, so I guess we're back on. Uh, I don't know what happened. It's normal Friday. Um, I don't know. Right now, it's still connected. But anyhow, it's still live and it's still going. Um, Let me check one thing here. Yeah, he's still connecting. But anyhow, um, he's out in the woods somewhere, and he's uh, he's having a good time, I guess. But my brother-in-law Larry, he's walking around on that prosthetic a little bit. Nothing forward yet, just about 10 feet to the right and 10 feet to the left and back. That's it. And then he'll rest a while, and he's trying to get the tenderness off of his leg, and we've got some pads and stuff that's helping. But he's doing good. And Larry's a big boy. He got a lot of weight to put on that prosthetic, and it hampers him a little bit, but he'll get through it. But I'm thinking about what we're going to have for supper. I think we're going to have some roast beef, mashed potatoes, and gravy, I believe. But we'll talk about more on that when we figure it out for sure. Has your all's weather been cold or anything yet? Have you got a lot of snow or anything at this point? This is the first little episode we've had. It's been a mild fall so far, and I'm looking for it to be a mild winter. I really am. But oh, have you heard? They're starting impeachment on Joe Biden, and the way this sounds, it's not looking good for Joe Biden as for impeachment. Now I know he ain't going to jail or anything like that. It'd be the first time the sitting president has ever went to jail. So I think they'll just impeach him, and he'll do like Bill Clinton did. He stayed in even though he was impeached, and that was a farce anyhow. But uh, have to wait and see how this goes. It looks like they got a lot of evidence. Now I don't know. Yeah, I said it looks like. Of course, I'm going by what the hearing. Excuse me. What the hearing said this morning, and it said they had a lot of evidence. So we'll have to wait and see. But it's going to cover Hunter Biden and I think another person or two, maybe his brother. Now, how come Hunter Biden is Joe Biden's son and he's got a brother and that ain't Joe Biden's son? I don't understand that. But maybe Hunter's got a brother by another mother. You reckon? I don't know. But kind of confusing to me. You don't ever hear Joe Biden talking about his other son if he's, if it's Hunter's brother. So I don't know what it is. But anyhow, if y'all, I'd like to see Joel and back on today. He was on with me yesterday or day before, and then he had to go to the gym, so he may already be at the gym today. I don't know. But I'd like to see David and Drain the Swamp. That lady from Australia, I can't remember what her name was, but we talked about some music and stuff, and she gave me a name of a guy I had never heard of, and I looked him up, and he's a guy, I can't think of his name right now, but he was a good singer. He has some good songs out. I watched quite a few of them, and he was really good. But I can't remember what his name was. I'd have to go back in my archives and look at my own video to see when it was. But anyhow, looks like we're staying connected all right now. We've got a pretty good deer population here in Kentucky. I hope you all do where you're at, because it allows the economy to boom for a little bit, for about 2 weeks. We have a lot of people come in from other states on our hunts, and boosters a lot of money for the forestry and game reserves and so forth. But of course, I think about all the eastern states has a good population of deer, and of course there's whitetail, I guess, all over the United States. I don't know. A lot of places is more elk than they are whitetail, I guess. I don't really know. I've never been elk hunting, and I don't. I've shot an elk, but I didn't go elk hunting. I shot an elk back several years ago. It was on a military installation, and it got inside the fence somewhere or another, and I shot it, and I got to eat it. It's good. But as far as going out elk hunting, I've never been elk hunting, and I've never. But one time been bear hunting, and that was with a bow, and luckily I didn't get one. I might have missed him. He got me. But moose, I've hunted moose before, and I shot one. Got a camera shot of one, and I decided not to shoot it, and I've never regretted that. You can see that story over on one of my I think it's called Moose Hunt Story or something like that. You can go watch it. It's on one of my YouTubes, and it ended it with a different twist than most of them do, but I've never regretted it. And my partners that went with me, they never even got to see one, or they didn't get to shoot one. Yeah. But I got one, and he was within 5 feet of me. I could have shot him very easily, but I just chose not to. I was going to have to wear that horse out going across that marsh, because you have to take every piece of the deer out, including the entrails. And I would have had to made on that little horse I had, I'd have had to make at least three trips, and it was over a mile each trip. And I wasn't gonna put that horse through that. I just took a picture of him with a Polaroid camera, and that was it. But never have regretted it. I've never ate moose meat. I don't think that I know of. Of course, I got a lot of friends that's hunters. Back in the old days, we used to get together, and you never know what you might be eating. Got to talk about it. But I've never. I have had burn meat, but I don't like it. Uh, or at least I didn't like the way that was fixed. It was too greasy. But everybody else said it was great. I didn't like it. But that's life. Everybody don't have the same taste. But yeah, I haven't had nobody come in to chat with us yet. No, we ain't had a viewer yet. But we'll leave it up for about 30 minutes. If we don't get nobody in to chat, well, then we'll close it down because I got to go cook Larry some supper. And I don't want to get messed up on doing that. Uh, Anything y'all want to talk about, we can talk about if you come on. Of course, if you ain't watching, you can't hear that. But I would like to tell you, if anybody watches it after they post this, I would like to tell you to at least subscribe. It don't cost you anything, and give us a like or a dislike button. If you don't like it, push the dislike button. I'll see what I can change about it. Uh, I'm still new at this. I don't know what beans about it. I don't do a good job editing. I just shoot them. I really don't edit. If I got my cameras, they do make separate parts, and I connect them parts about together. But I don't try to edit them. I just join them together, and you see it as it is. Because I don't know how to edit it. I can't clip a piece out. I didn't see the scissors there, but I don't know how to make them work. I clicked on them and nothing happens. So I don't edit anything. I just put them together. If there's more than one clip on the camera, and I done a live the other day, and it was a cooking show, I think. No, I was reloading some shells, and I hadn't planned to put it on YouTube because I reload shells all the time. And but I don't want to give no lessons on reloading shells because somebody get out there and do something wrong, and they say, "Well, I saw so and so do this on YouTube," and you might get a lawsuit because I give lessons before at fish and game clubs and stuff like that, and it's back years ago, and I give them in the military when a lot of people get together and want to learn how to reload. I teach them how to reload, but I didn't teach no shortcuts, and there's not any shortcuts that's safe. All shortcuts are dangerous, and so I ain't going to give no lessons on YouTube, but uh, I was I put on there when I got on it. It wasn't a YouTube a reloading lesson. I was just uh, reloading, and I thought they might want to watch it. Welcome to the show, and but the first 5 minutes of that wasn't on there. I don't know why, and it didn't get. It was on the one that I watched on the camera, but when I put it on and had it uploaded, it didn't get it. So I don't know what happened there. But that's life. I just left it on there the way it is, and uh, now I haven't went shooting this year. Uh, I shot competition for the military for for about 20 years all total, and um, you had to fight your way on every year. You couldn't just because you was on last year be on this year. You had to. We had competition. You had to earn your place every year, and I done that for 20 years. And some of them young folks see a lot better than I could, and they it was getting hard to stay on. And so my last 3 or 4 years, I was a coach because uh, I couldn't run that uh, mile trip or 2 mile, I think it was, and carry all my equipment. With just a shooting coat alone is 30 pounds, and then you take your shooting seat and all your ammo and all your uh, books and stuff that you carry with you, what you keep your sky, your atmospheric readings and stuff in, and all your notes. Time you carry all that, you're looking at about 45, 50 pounds. And I just wasn't up to doing that anymore, so I started coaching. And but I'll tell you, we went all over the United States shooting. Um, I shot on the state team for a long time, and then after I shot on the state team for a small for well, I said state team. I shot the company teams that we go throughout the state, shoot against other companies, and then I got on the state team, which is for the military, and I represented my state, and we went all over the United States and went to other countries, and um, I, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun, and I won several contests and come in second several times and third several times, but uh, it didn't matter. It just the camaraderie that I shot for, and but I was reloading long before I ever shot the competition, and you can't reload and save any money anymore. Everything's high. I used to reload for around. I can remember when it was about 6, 7 cents a shell, and that's even for the big shells. And now it costs you 25, 30 cents to do a oh, 458 Winchester or a 600 Nitro or whatever. Uh, just the brass alone and the bullets and the powder. By the time you and the dies, once you just get that part of it, you're looking, say, for a pound can of powder and the bullets that that'll do, you're looking at way over $100 just for those things. And you used to be able to buy a pound of powder for around $6, $7, $5, $6, depending on what powder you got. And brass, you could buy 100 pieces of brass for new brass, depending on what brand you got. Remington, Norma. Uh, I could usually buy a Remington for around $9 a hundred, sometimes up to 15. And you can go to a gun show and get it for around 9. And then once you got your brass, if you keep your brass and reload down, then you drop your cost way down. And it's just something that you got to enjoy doing now. And all you're getting for your money is the enjoyment and the preciseness that you can shoot with reloaded. I get mine right down to the grams, right on the money. And I've got a counter. When I get to a certain point, I can push a button. It brings out one flake or bar, whichever it's loaded in, at a time, and that's all you get. And some powder is little bars about that long, and some of them are uh, little flakes, flat flakes, and you have to sometimes count them out to get the exact right weight ratio. And one 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 little gram, one little speck of powder can fluctuate that scale. And I used to use all weight and balance scales. Didn't have no electronics. And as I reload today, I still use the old type because if you can get that needle flush every time, and you're on the money. With these electronic scales, I don't trust them. Uh, I don't get near the grouping with electronic scale that I get with a weight scale because I'd have so many checks and balances. I would measure out my powder and put it on the scale and measure, and I could add a grain of powder or take away a grain of powder. And when I got that scale where it said, um, let's just say it's supposed to be 25 grains of uh, powder, when it leveled out on that scale, I knew it was right. And when I put that same amount on a electronic uh, bar, it might be 2, 3 grams off. Well, that's a big difference in your pressure buildup. So I don't trust them, and you can zero them out as many times as you want to, and they'll never weigh exactly the same uh, with powder. And them scales, when you put that extra gram on there, it's going to lower that scale and raise that bar. And them electronics can't censor that. Now they might be some $1,000 ones that can, but you can't afford to spend $1,000 on a set of scales to weigh powder when you can use the old time method for nothing almost. But anyhow, uh, it's a fun thing, and you do get accuracy. And I don't accept anything at 100 yards that I can't measure from center to center on the bullet holes a 3/8 group at 100 yards. I don't care if it's with a 220 Swift, 222, 250, 243, 30-06. All of them can be made. Uh, well, not all guns shoot the same, but uh, if it's a good gun, you can get a 3/8 grouping at 100 yards. Now, I'll tell you the most underrated accurate gun on the market today, and a lot of people just call them an affordable gun, and they are, but they're accurate, and that's a Savage. And uh, they're so they're such a good action nowadays. That's all I bought my grandkids to start to hunt with, and they're dead on the money with them. Uh, my grandson, he shoots for one spot right behind the ear, and he'll wait until that deer turns one way or the other. He can get behind either the left or the right ear before he'll shoot. Sometimes he'll let one go rather than wound it. And that shot and placement, he don't have to walk and get them or nothing. And every deer he shot has dropped right in the tracks that it was standing in when he shot it. And uh, now he'll never shoot competition because he don't care nothing about it. But uh, when he shoots a deer, you know it's not going to go through any agony, and he's going to drop, not even know that he's been shot. He just goes to sleep all of a sudden, and that's the way I want it. But anyhow, looks like we're coming up on 30 minutes here, and we don't have nobody come on not looked at it, so we're going to end it. Let them post it, and we'll see what happens with it. And still glad if you join me later on. I'm glad you'd be able to make it, and would like for you to subscribe. Don't cost anything, and give us a like button if you can. If you don't like it, hit the unlike button. That way I'll know it needs to be changed. It's the only way to find out. And you can be on like this a long time, and nobody see it and not join in, but sooner or later somebody's going to see it on there after they post it. And if they don't like it, if they tell me they don't like it, then we can change something about it and get some input. So anyhow, y'all have a good day, and God bless you, and He will if you let Him. And join you on the next one. Hopefully next Friday we'll make another one. Try to be on time at 5 o'clock. And of course, it's always 5 o'clock somewhere. I understand that, but this is 5 o'clock my time. And we'll talk to you on the next one. Goodbye now.